Hey guys, today I'm going to be bringing you my collection binder. So I'll throw in a little stories about some of the cards that I have. I will be moving the camera because I can't quite get an angle over top of the binder that shows all the cards clearly at the same time without being able to move it around or just one at a time. So I apologize if you don't like how that's going to be, but if you do watch this, that would be fantastic. Now I don't know how much the binder's worth, but it is several $1,000s. Not that that matters. I'm not here to resell anything. I'm only here to collect. This is basically my entire life's work of collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards since I've been playing in like first, second grade, something like that. I'm now 25. So there are several very old cards in here from when I was in my childhood, but I think at least twice throughout my Yu-Gi-Oh career I've sold stuff. A majority of my collection because I figured, I don't feel like playing anymore. I'm just gonna sell everything. And my goal now is to try to rebuy everything back that I know I've sold in the past. And once my collection was stolen, so I'm trying to rebuy that stuff as well. But I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So first thing we have here are a few Japanese cards that I thought were really cool. As you know, I live in Japan, so I have 3 parallel rare secret gold, I don't know what that is, rarity. I went to Hero, is this Flare Wingman? The ultimate rare in English is obviously impossible to get, very, very expensive, like 500 bucks. So I bought 3 of these for still decently expensive, but much better. Very cool rarity, so I picked them up. Then I have 3 Stardust Dragons. Stardust Dragon is actually my favorite card of all time in the entire game. Between the artwork, the effect, along with the attack and just what it actually takes to bring it out, I think it's probably one of the most balanced cards in the entire game. So I bought a playset of these in gold. And then I have 2 random Feral Imps. I always liked Feral Imp as a card. This thing's really cool. It's Japanese, it's the original, completely different text box from the newer things off to the side here, along with a, the attack stats here with the, what's that, text box over here. Big fan of the original. And then this guy, no idea who he is, don't know anything about it, but thought, wow, this thing looks really sweet. Moving on to the next page, just a bunch of more alternate rare cards that I really don't know anything about them. So Gladiator Beast is actually my favorite archetype of all time, so I went ahead and picked up a Common Geysaris when I saw it. This Vinmanaga looks absolutely beautiful, so I had to pick that up. Really cool Blackluster Soldier. A very good looking gold. Some more cards that I don't really know. Some Magispector and Nirvana High Paladin, maybe? I have no idea. Then we have a Summon Skull. So Summon Skull is probably my favorite original Duel Monsters card. Not that artwork, but the original artwork from Metal Raiders. And 2 cards that really remind me of Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, which I spent a lot of time playing that game. This new Exodia card out of the 20th anniversary tin that looks pretty cool, and then a few Magical Scientists. So moving on, after this page is where the binder really starts for my English, well, TCG collection rather. So I have 3 Super Book of Moons. I've had a few chances to buy Book of Moons throughout my Yu-Gi-Oh! Career. They're English. I never wanted English. I've always wanted the Italian versions. Something about Libro della Luna that I love it. Libro della Luna. I think just sounds the best. So I picked up 3 of those. 3 Super Rare Metamorphosis. I started buying these probably back around 2011. They were like $30 to $50 each. Trying to collect at that time was much, much cheaper than it is now. I wish I had a real job at that time that I could have been able to buy the way I buy now. And then down here I have a German First Ed Magical Formula, a TP2 Morphing Jar, and a Ghost Rare First Edition Stardust. So again, Stardust Dragon is my favorite card, so I had to pick up a Ghost Rare First Ed when I had a chance. Over here, playset of the God cards. Nothing crazy, they're just the Legendary Collection 1, but every binder has to have a playset of these, I think is the general rule. So Ghost Rare First Ed Rainbow Dragon. The thing about this is when I was in 7th grade, my very first box ever, my parents bought me for my birthday was Tactical Evolution. Inside of that box I pulled a Rainbow Dragon, Ghost Rare, and when The second time I sold my collection, I sold the Rainbow Dragon. I regret it. So I had the chance to pick this up at a decent price, like $100, I think. And so I picked it up. And then Stardust Dragon. And this specific Stardust is actually my second synchro ever. It's the reason I love Stardust Dragon. It's the reason I love that era of Yu-Gi-Oh! My first synchro was actually Iron Chain Dragon at the sneak preview. After I opened my packs, I got that. We have a Jump Slifer. And then a first edition Blackluster Soldier, Chaos Emperor, and Dark Magician of Chaos. Oops. Next page, we have all Armed Dragons, First Ed Ultimates, Level 10's First Ed, and then we have Ultimate Lightning Vortex, First Ed, Sacred Phoenix, Creator, 3 Sacred Pegasus, or Sapphire Pegasus, Melissa's Edge, Inferno Wing, a Pharaoh's Tor Stratos. I wish this one would have taken off a lot more than the Ultimate Rare, but that happens. I think it's still worth like 20 or 30 bucks, I think. Destiny Dragoon, 2 Dogma. Then probably my favorite effect monster is Destiny Hero Plasma. Playset of those from the 10s. 2017, I think is when it came out. 2 Dark Panthers. Hummingbird, my friend still has the Aqua Dolphin. I refuse to buy one because I need his. You know who you are, you don't even play Yu-Gi-Oh!, you don't collect, just trade it to me, please. A few more Destiny Hero cards. I think really the only one I'm missing is going to be an Ultimate Rare Double Dude, which I don't even know if I've seen one of those in years. Brain Control. 3 Heroes Live. So the reason I have 3 of these actually, because these are expensive, was years ago when I started playing Gladiator Beast, that card came out, so I had to have those for Prisma. And then unfortunately I don't actually own any of the Elemental Hero Fusions Ultimate Rare, because that's just way too expensive. Here's an Italian First Ed Miracle Fusion. So I actually had a playset of these, and the first, actually, when my binder was stolen years ago, I lost that playset. I lost a playset of these. I think 2 First Ed Blackluster Soldiers, 1 First Ed Chaos Emperor Dragon, a secret First Ed Volcanic Rocket, and quite a few other cards, too. I had a decent collection at the time, but obviously I think I was in middle school, so it was very difficult to get some of the things that I had. Drill Warriors, probably my second favorite synchro. I love this card as well. Gosh, that was such a fun deck. The Synchro Dandy, whatever they call it. 2 Ultimate Swap Frogs. Diamond Eye, that's actually my favorite Xyz, and this one I pulled at the Cosmo Blazer Sneak Peek. So I'll forever keep that card. It has the artwork on that and the color. Whew. Its face is a little derpy though, I can't lie. Otherwise the coloring for it is phenomenal. Have my 2 Super Bestiaries because I love Gladiator Beast. And the Frost and Flame Dragon. And then here is my Gladiator Beast stuff. I don't have any of the newest stuff. The giant dragon, whatever it is, no clue. But it's been a long time since I've gotten any of the newer cards. Secret First Ed Herc. I don't know how this isn't one of the cards that's going for like $200 or $300. It must just be because there's an Ultimate Rare Herc. But the Secret First Ed, that bleed over that card looks phenomenal. That should definitely be one of those $300 cards. Japanese Ultimates and 2 English Ultimates. Moving on to Ready Ari. I played Gladiator Beast for the longest time. Actually, I think it was the second regional I ever went to was in 2009. I believe it was right when the legendary 6 Samurai stuff came out, and that was very popular. And then also Frog Monarchs, I think, was very popular. And I went 7-2 at a Columbus regional in Ohio. 450 players, I think, and I got 7th place. So that was pretty dope. Actually, I was incredible. So out of 9 rounds, I played 9 different decks. That was definitely one of the better like Yu-Gi-Oh memories of my entire life. I remember against the, I specifically played against a Frog Monarch, and Red Yari just ran that dude over. I brought him out like no less than about 4 or 5 times a game. One of the easiest games I've ever played, I think. So 3 Ultimate Rare Demise. Definitely one of the cooler cards, I think, in my collection. For whatever reason, first ed Ultimate Demises just don't come up often. So I had to buy this one. This one's like definitely played. You can even see it through the sleeve. It's $20, but I figured to finish my playset, just because of how hard they are to find, I picked it up. 3 of the alternate art Dual Pack Zane Cyber Dragons. One's not first ed, which is disappointing, but I think this is the best looking Cyber Dragon art. If this artwork came out as an alternate rare, ooh, that would be spicy. And then 3 CP Spies. I've said it before, I love hollowing out GOAT format. However, Spies, I've actually never played them in any of my GOAT format decks. So in one of the few GOAT format tournaments I did actually go to, because they're pretty hard to get running and going, I played the Apprentice Magician engine, so I picked up some super rares of those. Ooh, that refresh looks incredible. Along with some super rare old Vindictives. I did terrible in that tournament. I went 1-4. My hands were very bad compared to the play testing that I'd been doing in the weeks prior with all my buddies. And I stopped playing that engine and never went back. So Magician of Black Chaos. I had quite a few of these in that binder that was stolen. I don't know what it is about this card, but it's so cheap. And it's artwork. I absolutely love the artwork. This and Dark Magician of Chaos, I think, have some of the coolest artwork in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I've always been a huge zombie fan. Vampire Lord definitely has some incredible artwork as well. I think it's something to do with the blue. Blue and greens just attract my attention. So I got 2 first ed Vampire Lords, a DR2 Koki. That also just is very hard to find for some reason. They're not expensive, but to find them in person, it's pretty difficult. 3 CP Turtles, 1 random Book of Life that could probably be anything, but it's not. CP Reaper, and first ed Illblood. I have all 3 Ultimate Rare first ed Knights. Pretty cool when you come across one of these, so I threw that in here because it's first ed. 2 Princesses, which are oddly expensive, especially this one, I think. Pretty sure this one, the Princess Karan's very expensive. Upwards of 30 or 40, I can't remember. I bought I bought 1 box of High Speed Riders. I think it was the best box possible. I got this, an Omega, a Chain Bara, an Emergency Teleport, and then 2 copies of Terror Top, which at the time was, I didn't even play Yu-Gi-Oh! But I just craved buying a box, and I pulled probably the best box possible. Going to Torrential Tribute, a Chain Bara, there's Cyframe Lord Omega, First Ed Solemn, Premature Burial, Sky Scourge Nolius, and I think there's 1 more Sky Scourge. For some reason I can't remember what it is or think about it, but I need to find that in Ultimate Rare. And then, so you've seen them throughout the binder, but there's a few cards in here that are just absolute gems. You saw most of them earlier in the binder. This card used to be very expensive, hundreds of bucks for that one. Then got the nasty reprint. And right here is one of the absolute gems. First ed Extremely Mint Summon Skull. So this is the artwork that really just absolutely, probably my favorite artwork in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! I love Summon Skull. This card actually looks like it's just plated with gold, being ultra rare in the way it looks. First ed, extremely good condition. That's a beautiful card. One of my favorites in the binder. There's the Tournament Pack Red Eyes to go next to it. I have a First Ed Gaia, which is another gem, very expensive card as well. There's the Tournament Pack Black Skull that I just opened up the other day on the channel. A Serpent Knight Dragon, Unlimited Gaia, First Ed Thousand Dragon, and then this Thousand Dragon. This is probably the oldest card in this entire binder. I remember I was in 3rd grade actually, so that would have been around 2002, 2003. I think it was 2002. I was in my band, at a friend's house. My parents had just bought me a couple of packs from Lowe's. For whatever reason, Lowe's was selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I opened this up, and bam, there's the Thousand Dragon. I still remember the van. I still remember I was sitting outside, and the house I was sitting at. That card brings back a lot of memories. First at Gearfried, this collector's edition thing of Dark Paladin, whatever that is. Sadly, not a first at Injection Fairy Lily, but whatever. So, a Millennium Shield and another Gearfried, but not first ed. Then I have some XYZs rather, and a VW. What pack is that? Duelist pack. I do need to get all of the fusions for that entire series. Feral Dragon, which I also had since I was a child in elementary school. So this I bought when I was in like 4th grade off eBay. No idea if it's real or not. Don't think it is. It even says replica there, but I've always had it, and it looks really good next to the one that we actually got years later. So it's pretty cool. First had Mirage Knight. So I bought a few retro boxes in my life, but the first one I bought was probably back in 2013. Bought a Pharaonic Guardian. Pulled this Ring of Destruction, a Donzalug Hellpalmer. I think it's probably one of the better boxes I could have had. The only thing that was missing was Necro Valley. I didn't have any Necro Valleys. But the Ultra Rares and the best Secret Rare, so that was pretty cool. Still, if I'm ever maxing out my GOAT deck, that's the only one I'll use. I like it better than the Retro Pack one because I pulled it myself. A Super Compulse, Ultra Skill Drain, 2 Super Trap Dust Shoots, First Ed Call, and a Super Merchant. Next page, Secret Wildheart, 2 Secret Avians. I really like Avian. Again, anything green or blue just really grabs my attention, so those are hard to find, but if I could find one more for the playset, that would be great. And then just a few odd cards here. 3 of the Duelist Pack Malicious, which Malicious have been reprinted way too many times. This card, honestly, it should only have a total of like 2 printings. The Ultra Rares should be like $40 or $50 cards. They deserve it for how much this card's played. Although if this card came as a secret or an ultimate rare, ooh, that would be good. And then I have the 3 of those, First Ed, to match my not First Ed Gate Guardian. That's fine though. And then a Hellpalmer. Over here, Feraligatr is absolutely my favorite card, so I don't have a real Feraligatr. One of my friends gave me this Dark Feraligatr card. I love it regardless. I don't know what, again, I think it's the blues. Chikorita, Cyndaquil. I don't have their evolutions. Dot Hack is one of my favorite games of all time. Huge fan of Kite. Elk, I just put in here because I had it, honestly. Terrible condition Dark Charizard when I've seen one more bad condition, and this really cool Goku Naruto card I got from the Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 for pre-ordering. Just a few band cards. Then we have 3 First Ed Dekoichis. Prisma, 2 more of those. An Ultra Rare Flare Wingman. A second Prisma, both Ultras. And then of the Legendary Collection 1, these guys. Again, not very impressive, but one of those things that every collection binder just, for whatever reason, has to have at least one place out of those 3 cards in some form or fashion. I wish they were LOB, but that is a bit expensive for me. We have 2 Super Night Assailants, Super Breaker, 1 Ultimate Sook, 2 Super Faiths. Here's those 3 Ultimate Solemn Judgments. the Harpy's Pet Dragon that I just got, along with the Light and Darkness Dragon, along with the 3 Crystal Seers. I didn't realize this, but man, that German art, or rather the coloring, I think that's German. It might be Italian, I don't know. But the coloring on that looks so much better than the English counterparts. The darker shade of it looks way better. Then 2 Ultra Sangans and a Super Sangan from Retro Pack 1. And then we have Prometheus, First Ed, 2 First Ed Dark Voltanis. This is actually, I love Dark Voltanis' art. I think it's the purple in this one that I love. I had a playset of these that was in the binder that was stolen. This card actually, when Crimson Crisis came out, I was wanting to get as many as possible. I loved this card. I still do. Unfortunately, I've only seen 2 since that day. 2 non-First Ed Dark Arms, that's okay, because even if they aren't First Ed, they still look good. And then First Ed Dark Creator, First Ed Ultimate Teleport. I did have a playset at one point, but it was part of the cards I sold throughout all Ultimate, but it was part of the cards. Super Krebins and an Ultra Dark Grepher. 3 Ultra Rare Sorcerers. First Ed Duo, Cyberjar. The Rare Retro Pack 1 Card Destruction. That card's extremely valuable. I think they're like $30, I want to say. But I don't know, to be honest. 30, last time I looked, it's been a long time. 3 Ultimate Rare Goats. Yeah, the 3 Super Debris. Cyberdark Horn Ultimate Rare. Unfortunately, I did have a chance to buy an Ultimate Rare Cyberdark Dragon a couple years ago. It was only $20. For whatever reason, I looked at it and said, I don't need one of those. And today it's like $300. So that instance when that happened, where I didn't buy that on the spot, that's the reason now whenever I see a card's low, I snag it up. I absolutely I purchase. I won't let that ever happen. I regret that. Then another Ultimate Horn, but all the Ultimate Cyberdarks. Two Super Attuned Tables. Now they're just kind of expensive to want to get the playset, but that's fine. Ultimate Rare Crow. I'd like to get a few more, but I don't even play the game, so I don't have to. Giant Germ. 2 more CP would be really cool, but again, I don't see myself ever using it in GOAT format. I don't know why I'd need a playset of those. 2 Super Upstart. Super Smashing. A few more Super, at least 1 or, yeah, 2 more Super Smashings would be cool, but it's fine. A bunch of Ultimate Rare Monarchs. For some reason, Ultimate Rare Monarchs are very hard to come by in good condition. So, they're all pretty beat up. Besides like 2 of them. Besides like the Grand Marg and this Thessalos. They're all pretty beat up. I have a Secret, a Super, and Ultimate First Powder Greed. Super Dark Magician Girls. There's that Don Zalug that I pulled. DB2 Graceful Charity, which I think is the best looking Graceful Charity. I'll never use a different rarity. This page, a Super Cannon Soldier, UFO Roid First Ed. Let me get rid of that glare a little bit. Perfect Machine King. Horus level 6. Shien. This card has one of the funniest Ultimate Rarings ever. Like, just the face. It's the only... that... It's just so odd looking. It really stands out, which is probably what they're going for, but just, I think it looks weird. It's very funny, though. Swords in level 4. And Black Rose. And then more God cards. I think this is actually the playable versions, though. But with the original art. So that's cool. 3 Super Hydra Get-Ons. This one is DR4, which I think are pretty expensive. Hard to find. The other 2 are CPs. And not First Ed, but still PSV Jinzo. Monster Reincarnation. And a Tenzo. And the last page is just a few random cards. Skull Dread, a Venusaur, and some Ultimate Rares along with this Charizard. Alright, so that is my entire collection binder. Let me know what you think, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day, guys.